Hi everyone, I'm Dina with Mills Family Gardening. We live in North Texas, Zone 8A. Today is a beautiful day. It's February 21st and I'm going to plant clematis root or clematis roots. Different people call it differently. I got this root at Walmart about a week ago, maybe a little more. I haven't had time to put it in the pot yet because life has been busy. Here's the root. The roots look alive. They don't look dry and dead. And this little plant looks like it started growing little branches. It looks a little bit dry, but it's not. It's actually dormant. So I'm going to plant it in a pot right now. So I'm going to plant the root in this pot. This is going to be its permanent place until the roots grow strong. And I'm going to use some organic potting soil. This is really good quality potting soil that I usually like using for my seedlings. Clematis root needs to be planted pretty deep, about 2-3 inches deep. So I'm going to fill up this pot about 1/3 of the way. I think I'll add a little more soil here. And I'm just going to put the root at about that depth. And I'm just going to put the soil all around it. The root is going to sit under the soil for a while until it starts warming up and the root starts growing some branches. Clematis is a perennial flower, which means it will be coming back year after year. And I haven't decided if I'm going to grow it in the pot or I'll plant it in the ground. But for now, I'm just going to keep it in the spot and I'll water it and then we'll come back once it starts growing. And also, since this week is going to be pretty warm here, the lowest temperature is going to be in the mid-40s and 50s, I'm just going to keep the pot outside. If it was going to be down in the 30s, I would keep the pot inside until it warms up. But since it's warm, I'll just keep it outside. I ended up keeping clematis inside of the house under the grow light. It really benefited from being in the warm environment. It started coming out pretty fast, and by March 23rd, it was about 1 foot high. And on that day, I decided to trim it by half to the second set of leaves so that new branches will start growing from that leaf node and the plant will be bushier. Today is July 18th and my clematis is doing okay. I actually almost killed it, and I did it by putting it in the full sun. And you know, the sun here in Texas is hotter than anywhere else, but it was still back in the spring and I thought the sun wouldn't be too harsh on the plant. But clematis started getting brown and the stem started kind of drying out a little bit. And I wasn't sure what the problem was, but thankfully I detected it pretty quickly. And I moved clematis in the area that gets complete shade, all day shade. And it was there for several weeks and it seems like it wasn't doing anything, and I thought that surely it died. But then just recently I noticed a new growth on this clematis. You can see this new shoot growing from this leaf node. The lower leaf node, the very first one, looks like it's not gonna grow anything. There is no hope here. But I'm thankful that at least one side shoot started growing. So this side shoot is going to become a new clematis plant. This specific clematis, the city of Leon, is in group 3 of clematis, and that means it needs to be heavily pruned every year. So my plan is to trim it in late winter to about 1 foot from the ground level. And this is actually perfect because I'm planning on putting this clematis in a larger container, and I'll put it in a spot that gets morning sun and afternoon shade. I'll be watching it and see how it's gonna do there. If it's not gonna do well, I'll be moving container in different spots just to see how the plant will perform there. That way, this clematis is not gonna be bound to only one trellis where I wouldn't be able to move it. So guys, don't make the mistake that I made. Clematis like their heads in the sun, but they like to keep their feet cooler. So for that reason, I'm going to keep it in the spot that gets afternoon shade. Especially now that the temperature is consistently in the 100 degrees Fahrenheit, it's very important. And that's all for now. I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe to our channel. Have a great day.